Well, in our top story tonight at 5:30, a new Supreme Court ruling Friday will allow cities to enforce bans on those sleeping outside. Our Jane Davenport shares on how this will affect the homeless population here in Kentucky.
6-3 decision Friday, the Supreme Court will now allow cities to enforce bans on people sleeping on the streets.
Those who are committing crimes and happen to be homeless, of course you arrest them. But it isn't a crime to have to take a nap, to fall asleep because you have no bed to sleep in.
Catholic Action Center's Ginny Ramsey says the Supreme Court's decision falls in line with Kentucky's House Bill 5, or the Safer Kentucky Act, which goes into law July 15th. Similar to what the Supreme Court ruled on, this bill gives law enforcement the right to fine or arrest those sleeping or camping in certain public areas and private property.
There's so many pieces and parts to this that are creating new barriers to those who are experiencing homelessness.
I reached out to the Lexington Police Department on how they plan to enforce this new law. They say, quote, "As with any pending legislation, the Lexington Police Department will work with our training section and LFUCG's Department of Law to determine how the legislation will affect and impact the department and community." As for people experiencing homelessness,
they've been scared to death about it. And one of the reasons is in House Bill 5, which now the Supreme Court ruling is going to make even more difficult for any changes in it. The House Bill 5 has a stand your ground, which allows property owners to be able to use force to remove people.
Lawmakers who passed House Bill 5 say they are proud of how certain provisions will create a safer Kentucky. Others disagree, saying it criminalizes homelessness.
It isn't about judging, and it's not about criminalizing. We're a country that cares for each other. And if we're not, we've got to get ourselves back to that place.
Lexington's Street Voice Council is headed to Washington, D.C. for the weekend to protest the Supreme Court's decision. In Lexington, Jane Davenport, ABC 36 News Now.